Hello, everyone. At about this time last year, we had just wrapped up a very successful virtual running of Gibimishkaadimin. It involved 3 separate online events: a film night, a bannock and crafts session, and a games night, and was organized almost entirely by participants from Gibimishkaadimin's first 3 years of operation. However, on August the 22nd, after a 2-year COVID-imposed hiatus, Gibimishkaadimin was back in the field. 23 youth participated in this summer's program, 13 Indigenous youth from 6 provinces, from Newfoundland to British Columbia to Nunavut, and 10 non-Indigenous youth from Shining Waters. It was an exceptionally successful program this year, due in part, I believe, to Gibimishkaadimin's growing reputation within the Indigenous community. The participants gathered at Georgian College in Barrie to start the program. In addition to recruiting non-Indigenous youth, Esther Ewing and Jim Silf did an absolutely marvelous job of organizing this very full first day. Here, for example, is Rena Knight, one of this year's Indigenous Leaders in Training. She's the one in the toque. With, from the left, Emily Rye, India Madsen, and Lauren Nelson, 3 of her fellow alumna from the 2019 program, who Esther invited to join the opening celebrations. Reverend Murray Pruden, the United Church of Canada's Executive Minister of Indigenous Ministries and Justice, flew from Vancouver to conduct a very moving opening ceremony. He encouraged the youth to see the coming 9 days not so much from the point of view of what they could take away from it personally, but how they could pass their experience on to others, now and for generations to come. Murray also called on a number of this year's individual youth to assist him, including 2 young Inuit participants, Ashley Keeping from Port aux Basques and Leonie Nestor from Coral Harbour, Nunavut, by lighting a kalik. You may be aware that Reverend Pruden is the guest editor of this month's Broadview magazine. The issue is devoted solely to Indigenous issues and is fabulous. I'd encourage everyone to read the entire issue, including Murray's introduction, a very powerful article about how the United Church got into the business of residential schools, and a lovely personal sharing by Kaylee Wood from Bunny Bonnie Bee Cree Nation in Manitoba, titled Arachnophobia. Kaylee has just begun a post-secondary school fine arts program in Winnipeg. She was a Gibimishkaadimin participant in 2019, and this year was another of our leaders in training. That's her on the far left of the picture, along with our other wonderful volunteer Indigenous program staff at base camp, where they planned the cultural aspects of the program in advance of the participants' arrival. And here's a picture of the Indigenous staff along with our Northwater guides. 2 notable elements of this year's program for me were the diversity of this cohort in regard to their sexual orientation, gender expression, and identification, and the general maturity of the group. Here are the youth about to board the bus to Temagami on the morning of day 2, and here they are again with the elders, youth leaders, and staff at the end of the trip. As we begin to prepare for our long weekend reunion, sometime in February or March, I want to acknowledge in particular 2 members of our community who continue to go above and beyond in their commitment to Gibimishkaadimin. Erica Boone, who this year helped us shuttle Indigenous youth to Georgian College at the start of the program, and who lent us her daughter Megan's drum for the opening ceremonies, and Catherine Cullen, who looks after all of Gibimishkaadimin's online presence, including our website and our Facebook page. After the reunion, as in past years, we will be putting together a video of the 2022 program that Catherine will post on our website. As you can imagine, The logistics of a program like this are very challenging. For example, all but one of the 53 flights connecting in and out of Pearson for our 17 Indigenous participants and program leaders was at some point rescheduled, delayed, or cancelled altogether. If you'd like to help with organizing the reunion, we'd be delighted to hear from you. I think you might enjoy meeting the youth.